When God Was a Rabbit is Sarah Winman's debut young adult novel, first published in 2011 by Headline. The book follows the journey of a single family over 4 decades, filled with extraordinary and captivating experiences that shape their lives. Praised for its exploration of familial bonds and the loss of childhood innocence, this coming-of-age novel has garnered international acclaim. Sarah Winman, an acclaimed best-selling author, has received numerous awards for When God Was a Rabbit, including the 2011 Edinburgh International Book Festival First Book Award and the 2011 Galaxy National Book Award for Galaxy New Writer of the Year. The story revolves around Eleanor Maud Portman, also known as Ellie, and spans her life from childhood to adulthood. The narrative delves into her relationships, particularly with her brother Joe, as well as other significant characters in her life. Set against the backdrop of political and cultural history, the story takes readers from the late 1960s and 1970s in England to the early 2000s in New York. The novel begins in England, with Ellie as the narrator. It starts with her birth in 1968 in Essex. During her early years, tragedy strikes when her grandparents die unexpectedly in a car crash, causing Ellie's mother to spiral into depression. Despite her young age, Ellie displays remarkable maturity and forms a bond with Mr. Golan, an elderly neighbor. Mr. Golan, who claims to be a Holocaust survivor, becomes Ellie's confidant and best friend in her innocent imagination. However, the story takes a dark turn when Mr. Golan molests Ellie. Disturbed by the incident, Ellie reveals the truth to her brother Joe, who promises to keep her secret. Acting discreetly, Joe confronts Mr. Golan, leading to the abuser's ultimate decision to take his own life. This pivotal event shapes Ellie's life and sets the stage for the tumultuous journey that lies ahead. To alleviate his sister's loneliness and provide her with a genuine companion, Joe decides to gift Ellie a Belgian hare for Christmas, which she lovingly names God. However, the local Sunday school disapproves of Ellie naming her pet God due to its religious implications. Nevertheless, this incident leads to a deep friendship between Ellie and her classmate, Jenny Penny. Jenny's life is marked by turbulence as her mother grapples with alcoholism and promiscuity. The two girls find solace in each other's company, forging a lifelong bond. As Ellie grows older, she uncovers Joe's romantic feelings for his friend, Charlie Hunter. Ellie becomes aware of their clandestine relationship and vows to keep their secret. However, Charlie drops the bombshell that his family is relocating to Dubai, leaving Joe heartbroken and making a solemn promise never to love another person. Eventually, the Portman family moves from Essex to Cornwall after winning money in the lottery and deciding to open a bed and breakfast. Before departing, the siblings bury a red tin box in their Essex backyard, containing their shared memories. With the loss of her dear friend due to circumstances beyond their control, Ellie finds solace and companionship in God, her beloved rabbit. Ellie believes that the rabbit communicates with her, even though it frequently disappears and reappears during her times of greatest need, lending a mystical quality to their bond. However, tragedy strikes when a guest at the bed and breakfast accidentally runs over God, resulting in the rabbit's untimely death. Devastated by the loss, Ellie is confronted with the chaotic events of her life, feeling utterly alone. As the story progresses, Ellie and Joe receive distressing news that Charlie has been kidnapped due to his father's involvement with an oil company. He is being held captive in Beirut, propelling the siblings into a new and dangerous chapter of their lives. Concerned about her distressed brother and the safety of Joe's close friend and former lover, Ellie implores the spirit of her deceased rabbit for assistance. The situation takes a positive turn as news emerges that Charlie returns home just before Christmas, leading Ellie to believe that divine intervention is at play once again. The latter part of the novel shifts to 1995, with the backdrop alternating between Cornwall and New York. Shortly after Ellie's 27th birthday, Jenny resurfaces in Ellie's adult life through a series of letters. During their correspondence, Ellie learns that Jenny is incarcerated for the murder of her abusive husband and that her friend was also a victim of childhood molestation. Although they maintain contact, Ellie decides against visiting Jenny in Her Majesty's prison. Through their rekindled friendship, Ellie discovers her passion as a newspaper columnist, specializing in writing articles about lost and rediscovered relationships. She secures a job in New York, and her brother Joe chooses to embark on a new chapter of his life by joining her there. After years of separation, Joe and Charlie reunite in New York, but their relationship does not rekindle romantically. As Ellie watches the events of September 11th unfold on television, she finds herself unable to reach Joe, who works in one of the towers. During his absence, Ellie returns to her childhood home in Essex and unearths a red tin box containing a note from her brother, reminding her of her resilience. She also revisits the bed and breakfast in Cornwall, where she encounters a rabbit residing on the premises. After this encounter, Ellie receives a peculiar phone call from Jenny, who mysteriously predicts that Joe is alive. Shortly afterward, Charlie calls from New York, confirming that Joe is indeed alive but suffering from amnesia. Upon their reunion, Ellie devotes herself to assisting her brother in his recovery, although her efforts prove unsuccessful. Joe recollects that the only thing he can recall is Trehaven, the name of the guest responsible for accidentally causing the demise of God. His condition strains the once close bond between him and Ellie, prompting him to return to England and seek solace with his family. Gradually, his memory starts to resurface, and as he recovers his past, Joe unintentionally unveils to his parents the dark history of his sister's sexual abuse. While burdened with guilt, his parents' acknowledgement of Ellie's lifelong secret becomes a pivotal moment of connection and healing for the entire family. As the story draws to a close, Ellie resolves to visit her longtime friend Jenny upon her release from prison. Jenny presents Ellie with a fossil, symbolizing their enduring friendship from years gone by, and expresses how she safeguarded it for her all this time. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you did and be sure to subscribe. Thank you.